sure that I don't confuse anybody. Can you all look at me right now? You guys are all doing half the recipe.
And with shortening or butter? Butter.
Butter.
Cold butter.
Okay. No shortening. Okay, guys? Shortening will be used for something else. Yes?
Yes, chef. Yes,
See, this is what happens when the butter is like at room temp. And then refrigerate it back again. Water slippage. Okay, guys? That's how you tell good quality butter. As you can see, these are very good quality butter. Okay, guys? Oops, the music. Okay, guys. So you guys notice how we got those things ready. So we got the dry ingredients ready, and we got both two types of fat. We got both the solid or semi-solid, and we got the liquid fat. Right, guys? Today we are going to deal with cut-in method. Now this is a method in which we are not going to really need any machinery except ourselves. Okay, guys? Now I know all of you guys were issued a bench scraper, right, guys?
Yes,
so this is what you guys are going to need. Cut-in method exemplifies exactly what it says. You are going to cut in the fat into the dry ingredients. Does that make sense to you? Right?
Yes,
Our objective is going to be that, initially speaking, just like creaming method, there will be a procedure, okay? So the first procedure is to always place your dry ingredients onto a working surface, and if you need to sift them, you have to sift them first and place it in your working surface. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So, I think you guys already know that the salt are slightly bigger than the small holes that they have here. So, salt, as long as it's not wet, you don't have to put it through the sieve, okay? But we are going to place the flour and all that through the sieve. The chemicals, sugar, just between all of us in our little private club, please don't throw these away, okay guys? You can reuse them. They're very handy when it comes to like salt and stuff like that. As you can see, this is a massive batch, and I just made my life a little harder. And that's quite okay.
Makes for a good demo, chef.
I should have brought my bandana since I'm going to be sweating a little bit. Okay. And then the salt. So do you all with me so far as to like all the dry ingredients have been placed onto the working surface? Yes?
Yes, chef.
Okay, good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place my fat. So that will be the secondary step. My fat will get placed over the dry ingredients. And would anybody care to guess what the next step is going to be?
Cut it in.
Cut it in. There we go. Cut it in, right? So, objectively speaking, since we are going to be doing biscuit first, and since this is kind of important to you guys, kind of important because, yeah, it's going to be your second practical, right? But it's also important because now, this is how you guys are going to get conceptualized. This is your, for many of you guys, this is your first cut-in method. Okay, guys? Your first cut-in method. What's going to be important is that, remember when we were doing the creaming method, we wanted the sugar to fuse with the fat so that the sandy texture would eventually cream the butter, right? And it will become an emulsion. Okay, guys? Our objective on this one is not so much that we want to rub the fat into the flour, right? We're going to utilize the dry of the flour to be able to cut the fat, but leave the fat suspended. Does that make sense? Right? So our objective is not to blend in the fat into the flour. Our objective is to cut the fat using the dry nature of the flour, right? So we can get it to a pea size. That's our objective. Okay, guys? Pea size. Chef, I come from a valley where the peas are like that big. Well, come down from that valley to the main valley, we're looking at a pea about that size. Okay, guys? Okay? So you guys notice, like, all I'm doing is just cutting into it. And you guys can also see that the dry flour is really going to help you. Yes?
Yes, Chef.
Nobody has asked me the all-important question yet, and I'm going to get into that later. But I just want you guys just keep focusing. Because right now, what's important for you guys to also realize is that the fat is very cold. Yes? So, you know, do you remember the whole room temperature deal? It's going to be really a messy deal. So you need to make sure your fat is nice and cold. Okay, guys? Now you guys are going to be looking at something like that. That's going to be your endeavor. Okay, guys? Okay? But all the same, you guys see how I flatten it out? Then you guys are able to see what part of the fat still needs a little bit more cutting. What's also true is that the fat never really blends in with the flour. Flour just gets cut. Okay? So that's your objective. Many southern biscuits are actually made with shortening. Okay, guys? So we're going to use shortening for a different application, but sometimes cowboys would actually render bacon fat and mix that with shortening, and then they'll chill that and they'll use that. Okay. Not just cowboys. Sometimes even Asian dudes do that. Okay? is it going to take? How long has it been? I mean, I've been doing a lot of talking. Do you plan on talking a lot, Shin? Okay, shouldn't take it up at all. Shouldn't take it up. So, you know, like, without really making myself look like, you know, I'm overworking, it really shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes to get it done, okay? Now also, it's going to take you a lot longer if you don't do what I'm doing. Constantly just trying to check if there are some big pieces that needs attention. But also time is not necessarily on your side, because as this stays out, you will start getting softer. Right, guys? And I am quite satisfied. Okay. Just one last bit. What you are trying to avoid is seeing pieces that are grotesquely big. Everybody got that? Okay.
Yes, chef.
Okay. So, like, chef, that's a little bit bigger than a pea. Okay, no big deal. But if you're going to be doing something like that, you're going to be here pretty much all day. Okay, guys? Just make sure you don't have something big. But I think, generally speaking, you can see the fat are about pea size. Okay, guys? Here, what you are going to do is you are going to go ahead and place your hand down like so, and you're going to create a well.
Create a what?
A well. Okay, guys? And then you are going to create a moat. Everybody got that?
Yes, chef.
Then you're going to place all your milk.
What's that second thing called? A moat.
You did not rule your region as a queen. Okay, so what we do at this point in time is that we collapse the center by placing the dry ingredients, and you'll notice that the milk will start escaping the central circle. Okay, guys? This is awesome. It's awesome fun, isn't it? Some people have to put their tie in a suit and have to go to a bank and look at numbers. All we do is we look at a moat collapse. Okay, guys? And then what we're going to do now is very important. What we're going to do is we're going to collapse from within. Everybody got that? I'm going to make sure that I don't do anything stupid so the milk falls down. Everybody, please make sure that you follow this routine, okay? The outside is your friend. Do not collapse that. But what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead now, move it around. Everybody got that? Yes?
Yes, chef.
And you'll see that the dry has a great ability to start soaking it all in. Yes?
Yes, chef.
Are you guys watching how I'm dealing with the inner circle? The inner circle of trust?
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
All eyes on you, chef.
Excuse me?
All eyes on you.
You guys notice I'm starting to collapse an area in which where I know the liquid is not going to fall. And where is that? Farthest away from me. Yes? Okay. Uh-oh. What's going on? I'm covering the area that is slightly more wet. Oh, smart, right guys?
Yes, chef.
Shocking how you're not supposed to play with food, but so this is how you're going to put yourself in position to do your business. Okay, guys? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yes,
Don't
chef.
wanna be there? We have a small dilemma, guys. Here I am preaching to you that we want to keep our fat nice and suspended, right, guys? So first, what we are not going to do is we're not going to just kind of start working into this, right? So what we are going to do is we're going to pick up, and then we're going to allow for the compression do the heavy work for us. Everybody got that?
Yes.
Now I do promise you that this is going to be a lot easier because your batch is going to be half the size, okay? You guys notice that I'm not really trying to make this thing come together as fast as I can. All I'm doing is I'm kind of like relying on the compression. Place it on top, compress. Place it on top, and compress. Place it on top, and compress. What this does,
Do you make the note and everything for all cut-in methods? Is that part of what we need to write down for the cut-in?
sorry Amber, I heard, do you?
For the cut-in method, do you make the note for all of it?
Not all of it. Some, you know, I'm shocked that nobody has asked me the question.
What's the question?
The question is, chef, at my work, we have to make 1,000 pies. Do you expect me to make it by hand?
Yeah.
Can I make it in a machine? And we'll get to that later.
Haven't even considered it, chef.
No.
I've never even seen anybody make this.
No.
You know they do it all the time.
It's
They
really.
do it all the time. Remember I said shortening is not an application that we're going to deal with right now?
Right. They do, right? That's like amazing to see.
Yeah.
That's one of the 10 commandments that I've done not do. I'm able to make these.
Or pie. Or pie, exactly.
You guys notice that the drying is still semi-separated, right? But I'm not really worried. All I'm doing is I'm making sure that the hydration gets expanded by compression so that my fat stays nicely suspended. Okay, guys? Everybody got that so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, my hands is slightly out of sorts. Okay, now what I'm going to ask you guys to actually understand is that when you watch a demo, you have to repeat the process I've done, okay? If you don't repeat the process I've done, then you still say something like, you know, I've done everything you asked me to do, but it still didn't turn out. There is something drastically wrong about that statement itself, okay? So I've been working with this, I've been doing some compression, right? What's true is that there's still certain areas that has a little dry speckles and things like that, but I'm fairly satisfied that this is nicely hydrated. So I'm going to now hand knead this. I'm going to hand knead this until I don't have any speckles. But as you notice, as I hand knead this, you notice that it doesn't stick together very well, right? And that is because, you know, fat has not been incorporated to the flour, right? So there's not going to be a really nice adhesion. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Remember I said just making sure that there is no dry speckles. Come and take a look. That should be the consistency you're looking for. Because I'm about to do something else to this. You guys will notice that it's perfectly hydrated, so there's no unevenness about it, okay?
So can I ask you a quick question?
Yes, ma'am.
They said that shortening make the biscuits flakier. So are you gonna get the same results with butter?
Oh, yeah. I'm not in the business of disappointing people, so I'll make sure it's nice and tasty.
Wow.
Okay, this is it. So what needs to happen to this dough is that now it needs to rest minimum 30 minutes. Okay, guys? So I think you guys already know that, you know, we are not going to bake off our biscuit like that. Does that make sense to you? Right?
Do we let ours rest for like 30 minutes until it's small?
Excuse me?
Since ours is a living half, should we let it rest 30 minutes too?
Yeah, 30 minutes is fine. Okay. Now, you guys notice I work the dough, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
So it has a certain elasticity about it, right? That's what we're going to rely on. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and use plastic saran wrap. I'm going to compress it down. I'm going to do the hard work now. Please watch. I'm not doing it tight like that. I'm giving it a little room to grow. This is where I'm going to finalize my biscuit so it looks absolutely nice. You guys saw me hand knead it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and compress it down.
Should we bring out a rolling pin?
No, we have rolling pin too.
I got a real baby.
And to answer your question, a lot of the flakiness is lost when you do biscuit. And you see those people that put like a lot of flour, right? In fact, it's just powdered flour, right? You notice I didn't put any extra flour here. You also notice now, by that compression, the last compression, the dough is actually nice, right? So you don't see those gaping holes or separations or anything like that. Half an inch, would you say? About half an inch, that's what we want. I'm Any questions so far?
Not sure.
No?
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Excuse me?